Your car is hiding things from you. Right now, within arm's reach, there are hidden buttons, secret hooks, and hidden compartments the dealer never showed you and the manual barely mentions. And I'm not talking about gimmicks. These are features that engineers spent millions developing. Features that save you money, protect your family, and can even get you out of a locked trunk. But here's the crazy part. 2 of the secrets on this list could save you a lot of money, and hardly anyone knows what they're for. One of them is built into your bumper. The other is in your seatbelt. Stick around until the end, because those 2 alone could change how you see your car forever. 15 secrets. And they get better as we go. Number 1. You have no idea why it exists. Secret number 1. The black dots on your windshield. Look at the very edge of your windshield. You'll see a solid black border, then a band of small black dots that fade from tight to spread out. That pattern isn't random, and it isn't just for looks. It's called the frit band, and it does several clever jobs at once. First, that black ceramic border protects the adhesive. Your windshield is glued to the car with a strong urethane bond, and sunlight would slowly break that glue down over time. The black frit blocks the ultraviolet rays and gives the glue a rougher surface to grip, so your windshield stays firmly attached for the life of the car. Second, those fading dots manage heat. During manufacturing, the black band heats faster than clear glass, and the dot pattern spreads that temperature change out gradually, so the glass doesn't distort or crack from uneven heat. The dots also soften the visual transition, so your eyes aren't hit with a harsh line between the dark frame and the clear glass. So that little detail you never questioned is holding your windshield on, protecting the glue, and even helping your eyes. Not bad for a border of dots. Secret number 2. The shift lock release. Here's a scenario that catches people off guard. Your car battery dies, and now your automatic shifter is frozen solid in park. You can't roll it onto a flatbed. But almost every automatic car has a hidden manual override, called the shift lock release. Look near your gear shifter for a small removable cover or slot, sometimes marked shift lock. Pop that cover off with a small screwdriver or your key. Underneath is a little button. Press down on it, usually while pressing the brake, and it manually releases the lock, letting you shift into neutral so the car can roll. Why does this exist? Normally, your shifter won't leave park unless the car has power and your foot is on the brake. But when the electronics are dead, that safety feature traps you. This override is the manufacturer's built-in escape hatch. Check your owner's manual for the exact location, so you're not fumbling for it on a tow ramp. Secret number 3. Automatic door unlock after a crash. In many vehicles equipped with airbags, there's a feature most owners never hear about. The moment the airbags deploy, the system automatically unlocks every door in the car. The logic is simple and brilliant. It makes it easier for passengers to get out, or for first responders to get in. The catch is, this feature can be switched off from the factory in some models, or it might need to be enabled through the infotainment settings. It's worth checking your owner's manual, because in a moment of panic, 1 extra second can be everything you don't have. Secret number 4. The brakes that dry themselves off in the rain. Some higher-end vehicles, especially certain European performance brands, have a feature called brake disc wiping. When your windshield wipers are running and you're driving at highway speed, the brake calipers gently nudge the pads against the rotors, automatically. That clears the thin film of water that builds up on the discs in the rain, and it makes your braking response noticeably faster, exactly when you need to stop in a hurry. It might sound like a minor technical detail, but in an emergency, those extra milliseconds of response time can be the difference between stopping in time and rear-ending someone. Secret number 5. The blind spot warning light in your mirror. Many vehicles have sensors built into the rear corners that constantly monitor your blind spot, that stretch of road your mirrors and your eyes just can't cover on their own. When another vehicle enters that zone, a small light quietly lights up on the edge of your side mirror. If you flip on your turn signal anyway, the system ramps up the warning, sometimes with a beep or a vibration in the steering wheel. This feature prevents one of the most common types of accidents on multi-lane highways, a sideswipe from changing lanes into a car you never saw. Secret number 6. The system that detects drowsy driving. Many vehicles equipped with advanced safety systems can actually detect signs of driver fatigue. The car analyzes your driving pattern, small drifts within the lane, sudden steering corrections, slower reaction times. When the system picks up on these signs, it triggers a sound and visual alert on the dashboard, usually a little coffee cup icon, suggesting you pull over and rest. That warning exists because, according to numerous traffic safety studies, driving drowsy is just as dangerous as driving drunk. If that alert ever pops up on your dashboard, don't ignore it. It's not a glitch. It's your car literally trying to keep you awake and alive. Secret number 7. Key fob tricks most owners never use. Your key fob is smarter than you think. First trick. On a hot day, many vehicles let you roll all the windows down remotely. Press and hold the unlock button for a few seconds, and the windows drop to vent the heat. On some cars, holding the lock button rolls them back up. It's brand dependent, but worth testing in your own car this week. Second trick. Your signal range. If your fob can't reach the car across a big parking lot, hold it under your chin and press the button. Your head acts as an antenna and extends the signal. It sounds ridiculous, but the physics are real. Third trick. Almost every modern fob hides a physical metal key inside it. There's usually a small release button, and the key slides right out. If your fob battery dies, that hidden key unlocks your door manually. A lot of owners panic, never realizing the solution was in their hand the whole time. Secret number 8. The hidden child lock on your car door. Open any rear door of your vehicle. Look at the edge of the door, the part that's hidden when the door is closed. You'll find a small lever or slider, sometimes marked with a child icon or a padlock symbol. That's the child safety lock. When it's engaged, the rear door cannot be opened from the inside, no matter what. A kid can pull that handle all they want and the door won't budge. It only opens from the outside. Here's the surprise. A lot of people discover this lock by accident, when they buy a used car and the rear door seems broken. It's not broken. The previous owner just left the child lock on. If you have young kids, this feature could prevent a serious accident on the highway. And if you just picked up a used car where the rear door won't open from inside, check that lever before you take it to a shop and pay for a repair you don't need. Secret number 9. Your rear-view mirror has 2 modes and you've only used one. Look at your rear-view mirror right now. On the bottom edge, there's a small tab, a little plastic flip that most people have never touched. That tab switches the mirror between 2 modes, day mode and night mode. In normal mode, the mirror reflects everything at full brightness. Perfect during the day. But at night, when someone behind you has their high beams on, that light blasts straight into your eyes through the mirror and can blind you for a few dangerous seconds. Flip that tab down. The mirror angle shifts slightly, and you'll notice the reflection becomes darker and more muted. You can still see the traffic behind you, just without the glare. Newer cars do this automatically with an auto-dimming sensor. But if your car has a manual rear-view mirror, you already have this control. You just need to know it exists. Secret number 10. Your rear defroster is also heating your mirrors. You've used the rear window defroster on a cold morning or a rainy drive. It works great. But very few people know that on most modern cars, that same button also heats the side mirrors. That means when you hit the rear defroster, your side mirrors are getting warmed too, clearing up moisture, condensation, and light frost from the inside out. It seems like a small thing, but on a foggy morning commute in the Northeast, or in rainy weather anywhere along the East Coast, having clear mirrors makes a real difference for safety. Here's the trick nobody mentions though. That heating system draws power from your battery. Don't run the defroster for long periods with the engine off, especially if your battery is older. The alternator needs to be running to replace the charge the defroster pulls. Use it for 5 to 10 minutes, your windows and mirrors clear up, then turn it off. It doesn't need to run the entire drive. Secret number 11. The hidden tow hook in your bumper. Look closely at your front or rear bumper. Somewhere on it, usually low and off to one side, there's a small plastic cap that blends into the paint. Most people assume it's just trim. Pop it off. Behind it, you'll find a threaded metal hole. That's a hidden recovery point, and it's engineered to be one of the strongest anchor spots on your entire car. Now, where's the hook that screws into it? Check where your spare tire and jack are stored. Tucked in with the toolkit is a screw-in tow eye. Thread it into that hidden hole by hand, and now you have a solid, factory-rated point to attach a tow strap. Why does this exist? Because hooking a strap onto a random part of your suspension or bumper can rip metal and cost thousands in damage. This threaded eye ties directly into the car's frame. If you ever get stuck in snow, mud, or sand, this little cap and that screw and hook are exactly what you need. Secret number 12. The recirculation button and foggy windows. There's a button on your climate control that most people press at random. It's the recirculation button. The icon usually shows a car outline with an arrow curling around inside it. Here's what it does. With recirculation on, your car stops pulling in outside air and recycles the air already inside the cabin. That's great on a hot day, because the air conditioning cools recycled cold air far faster than baking hot outside air. It's also perfect when you're stuck behind a smoky truck. But here's the secret most people get backwards. When your windshield fogs up, recirculation is your enemy. Fog forms from moisture inside your cabin. Recirculate that same damp air, and you're just trapping the humidity. To clear fog fast, turn recirculation off so the car pulls in drier outside air, and turn on your air conditioning, which removes moisture. Do both together and the glass clears in a fraction of the time. Most drivers crank the heat and wait. The pros hit fresh air plus a /C and watch it vanish. Secret number 13. The seatbelt locking secret. This is the secret I want you to remember most from this entire video. Your seatbelt has a hidden mode, and it's one of the most important safety features almost nobody knows about. Try this. Take any seatbelt in your car and slowly pull it all the way out, as far as it will go. Keep pulling until it stops. Now, as you let it retract, you'll hear a distinct ratcheting sound. And you'll notice the belt no longer lets you pull it back out freely. It only tightens. It has locked. This is called the automatic locking retractor, or ALR. And it exists for one critical reason. Child safety seats. Here's why this matters. In everyday driving, your seatbelt moves freely so you can lean forward and reach the radio. That's the emergency locking mode, which only grabs during a hard stop or a crash. But a child seat needs to be held rock solid, with zero slack, at all times. So when you route the seatbelt through a car seat, you pull it fully out to trigger this locking mode. Now the belt cinches tighter and tighter and refuses to loosen, clamping that car seat firmly in place. If you've ever installed a child seat and felt like it still wobbled, this is almost certainly what you were missing. To release it, you simply unbuckle and let the belt retract all the way back in, and it resets to normal mode. And there's a bonus secret on your seatbelt. Look at the pillar between your front and rear doors. On most cars, there's a height adjuster for the shoulder belt that slides up or down. Why does it matter? A belt that sits across your neck instead of your shoulder can cause serious injury in a crash, and it's uncomfortable enough that some people tuck it behind their back, which is incredibly dangerous. Slide the anchor so the belt crosses the middle of your shoulder and the center of your chest. 2 seconds of adjustment, dramatically better protection. Remember this one. It could genuinely save a life. Secret number 14. The interior trunk escape release. Imagine someone gets trapped inside a trunk. A child playing hide and seek, or something far worse. For decades, that was a genuine deadly hazard. So here's a secret that became a life-saving law. On every passenger car sold in the United States since model year 2002, there is an emergency trunk release located inside the trunk itself. Look inside your trunk lid or along the latch area. You'll find a handle or pull tab, and in most cars it glows in the dark so it can be found in total blackness. Pull it, and the trunk pops open from the inside. No key needed, no help needed. This is worth showing your kids, calmly, so they know it exists without being scared. If they ever end up trapped, that glowing handle is their way out. 30 seconds to teach, and it's knowledge they'll never forget. Secret number 15. Your car has a valet mode and you've never turned it on. You know that uncomfortable moment when you hand your keys to a valet, leave your car at a dealership for service, or lend it to someone you don't fully trust. Many modern cars have what's called a valet mode, a special setting that limits access to the vehicle. When it's active, the trunk stays locked even when the car is unlocked, the vehicle's top speed may be capped, and on some models the glove box and center console are locked out completely. On GM, Ford, Toyota, and Ram vehicles with infotainment screens, this feature is buried inside the vehicle settings menu, usually under Driver Settings or Profiles. On some models, you set a PIN yourself so only you can exit valet mode. And on vehicles with connected apps, like the Ford Pass, My Chevrolet, or Ram's Uconnect app, You can actually track in real time where your car is going while the valet is driving. All from your phone. Before you hand your keys to anyone, spend 2 minutes in the settings menu and see if your model has this feature. It might already be there.